Hello students of class 12, hope you are all doing well. So today we will be discussing standard deviation for group data. Okay, so for the ungrouped data, two types I have already discussed. Now the group data. Now generally for the group data, we change both the scale and the origin of a variable. Okay, to make the calculation easier. Okay, now we already know that when we change the origin of a variable, it doesn't have any effect on the standard deviation, but the scale do have a effect. When we change the scale, it has an effect on the standard deviation, that is the standard deviation gets changed, right? So suppose if we have a variable x, okay, and we are changing this x, we are changing the scale and we are changing the origin. So suppose we are now defining y by x minus, suppose changing the origin by c and d by scale. So we are changing where c is the origin, we have changed the variable x by deducting c from it, which is the change in origin, and d is the scale, which we have done by dividing it. Okay, understand? So this is the new variable which we have defined and which we have got from x by changing the origin as well as the scale, right? Now when this happens, what we need to do, because we know that uh, when the origin changes there is no effect on the SD, but when the SD changes there is a effect. So what we need to do now, here sigma y is not is equals to sigma x. Okay, so after finding sigma y, okay, after defining y, we will get what? We will get sigma y, right? So from sigma y we have, because our objective is to find sigma x, not sigma y. Now previously when we used to do when we used to only change the origin, then we can write only when there is only change in origin. In that case sigma y is equals to sigma x, but here both are changing, so sigma y is not is equals to sigma x, so we have to make it equal. So to make it equal, the formula is what? Sigma x is equals to d into sigma y. So whatever sigma y will come, if we multiply with the scale which we have taken, then it will be become equal to sigma x. Okay, so this was the concept for calculating standard deviation for group data. Now if I let us take an example of a sum, then it will be more easier. Okay, suppose the data is given, suppose the class interval is given 60 to 62, then 62 to 64, then 64 to 66, then 66 to 68, then 68 to 70, and the frequency given are 35, then 27, then 20, then 13, then 5. Okay, now whenever you will be provided a group data, we always remember that we have to find the class mark or the mid value. Okay, I am repeating, whenever you will be provided a group data, we have to find out the class mark or mid value. Now what is the formula for class mark or mid value? Class mark or mid value, class mark, or we can say mid value, is nothing but upper class limit plus lower class limit divided by 2. Okay, in each and every case we have to find the mid value for this. Okay, so the mid value I am defining as x. Okay, so what is the mid value of first class? 60 plus 62, which is 122, and if we divide it by 2 we will get 61. So in this way we will calculate the mid value. So for the second this will be 63, for the third this will be 65, for the fourth this will be 67, for the last this is 69. Okay, done. Now as you can see, the mid value, the values of the mid value are very large, or the values of the class mark is very large, and it is, if we work with these variables, these values, then the calculation will get very complex. So what will we do? We will change the origin. Okay, now I can take 65 as my origin, because 65 is a value which is lying as in the middle, which is not very large and it is not very small also. Okay, so we can define now, and we will be also changing the scale. Now always remember, the scale is equals to the class width, or we should say class size. Okay, now what is class width or class size? It's a difference between upper class limit and lower class limit. What is upper class? For any of the class, for all the class, the scale is same, the class width is same. 62, upper class limit for the first class is 62 and lower class limit is 60. So 62 minus 60 is 2. So what is the class size or class width? It's 2. So the scale we will always take as the class width or the class size. Okay, so now we will define a new variable, which is y, x minus 65, which is my change in origin, and 2, which is my change in scale. Okay, so if we calculate this, we will get, for the first x 61, I'm writing for the first one, 61 minus 65 divided by 2, which is minus 4 by 2, which is minus 2. Okay, so you have got how we are calculating. So this is nothing but minus 2. In this way we will calculate the rest of the portion. So this will minus 2 minus 1 0, then it will be 1, this will be 2. See, now the values of the variables have reduced a lot, and it is very easy to handle this. Okay, so now we have to find what? We have to find f y. So this is my f and this is my y. Okay, so if we multiply this, we will get 35 into minus 2 is 70, minus 70, then minus 27, then it's 0, then it's 13 into 1, then it's 5 into 2, which is 10. Right, we need one more column, that is fy square. I'm writing here because I do not have much space over there. So fy square is which? Okay, I haven't calculated y square, so we have to find out one. We have to do two more columns. Okay, y square, and one is fy square. Okay, so y square will be, for this will be 4, for next one is 1, then 0, then 1, then 4. Okay, so fy square will be fy square, this one. Okay, so 35 into 4. So 35 into 4 is how much? 35 into 4 is 140. Yes, it's 140. So 35 into 4 is 140, then it's 27. Okay, then it's 0, then it's 13, then it's 20. Okay, so fy square is this. Okay, now we need to find the summation of this one, and this one. Okay, so I'm writing over here summation of f. If we add all this up, we'll get 100. Okay, this we can write summation f, we can write as large N, capital N. This is nothing but 100. Summation fy, if you add this column up, you will get nothing but minus 74. And if you add this column up, that is fy square, we will get 200. Okay, now we have the values. Now we just need to put the formula and find out the answer. Okay, so I hope up to this it's clear. Okay, so yes, so yes. So what was the formula? Sigma y is equals to root over of summation fy square by n minus fy by n whole square, right? So my summation fy square was how much? 200, if you remember, and n was uh, nothing but 100, and summation fy was minus 74 and n was 100, right? So this will cancel out and we will get 2. So this is 2 and this is minus of 0.74 whole square, right? So this will be something like 1.4524. okay, now we need to do what? This is sigma y, and we have I have already explained sigma y is not is equal to sigma x here because we have changed the scale, right? So this will be nearly equals to 1.21. okay, so my sigma x will be sigma d into sigma y. What was my d? D was 2, right? We have defined d as 2. So 2 into 1.21, which is, if we approximate and answer this will be nearly equals to 24. okay, if we just approximate it and answer, or we can write it as 1.21. so 1.21 into 2 is 2.42, so we can write that also, that is 2.42. okay, now if you want you can skip the point part and approximate it and then write. okay, so this was the formula for group distribution where we change both the scale and the origin. okay, so I hope this is clear. So this much for this video. Thank you.